Hey guys, what's going on? It's GMT and welcome back into another STN video. Sort of. Today is another concept video with 3 slashers that I had in my head. Some of these slasher ability concepts that I've came up with, I went ahead and tweaked them just a little bit before revealing them today to you guys, because these 3 that I think I've came up with today are going to be pretty new to the game. They're not going to be dealing with, some of it's not even going to be dealing with damage. It's just the way that these slashers work and their abilities, how they work together. It'll be dope. So let's get started, alright? The first slasher that I came up with is called the Inventor. So what is the Inventor's ability? This ability, by the way, for the Inventor has no cooldown. You guys will understand when we talk about the ability more. So once the Inventor kills a survivor, it will leave behind their body along with their tombstone, okay? Along with their grave or tombstone, whatever you want to call it. So it'll have their gravestone, and then next to it will have their body, just laying right next to it. Or maybe in like a grave next to the tombstone. But the reason for this is because it allows the Inventor to use its ability to turn the survivor into one of its creations. So there is no cooldown. The Inventor can use this ability on every single person that the Inventor kills. So what do the creations exactly do? So after the Inventor goes ahead and turns a downed survivor or a killed survivor into one of its creations, these things will walk around and move around. It's basically like a minion. So these creations will last 1 in-game hour and its speed will be slower than the survivor. However, once the creation encounters a survivor's proximity, it will blow up, causing 0.5 damage. So after an hour, if the creation hasn't done anything, it will just, fall over and die and the body will disappear. And what I mean by proximity, because a lot of people don't know what proximity means, the proximity of a person is basically the space around them. It's like, don't get in my personal bubble. That's a proximity. It's your bubble. The creation could have like some type of C4 strapped to them or something, but these things can either blow up or they could hit the survivor and fade away or something like that. But I think it'd be pretty cool if these creations would just blow up next to a person doing half a damage or maybe less than half. I feel like half a damage or a 1 hit in these, slashers for Survive the Night is going to be how they are going to be. Because if you do anything less than a 0.5, it's going to mess up the game a lot because of how the healing works inside of the game. So 0.5 damage is probably going to be the damage rate for this creation. So that is the Inventor. Next, let's go ahead and move on to the Shapeshifter. So with the Shapeshifter, this ability will also have no cooldown. It'll basically be like the Hunter's ability. So the Hunter can go ahead and turn on and off its night vision or its vision, whatever you want to call it. So the Shapeshifter can turn on and off into a survivor at any time it wants to. So basically, when they turn on survivor mode, they will transform into one of the survivors inside of the game. This survivor could be dead, by the way. You could have already killed this person and you can still turn into them. Whatever survivors spawn into the round, that's what the Shapeshifter can turn into throughout the entire round. So while the Shapeshifter is in survivor mode, it cannot attack. It can only move around just like a normal survivor. There will be breaking lights while in survivor mode, but there won't be no heartbeat and there won't be no red aura. So if you see a survivor coming at you and the lights are breaking or the torches are going out or whatever, then you know that this person is a Shapeshifter. There is a period of time, by the way, it'll take for the Shapeshifter to go back into slasher mode, so therefore you can't just run up to a survivor and then quickly switch and kill them. It'll take a little time for the Shapeshifter to turn back into slasher mode. But that is my idea of the Shapeshifter. Let's go ahead and move on to one of my most favorited ones here. We're saving the best for last with this one. This one is called the Corrupted. So the ability for the Corrupted slasher, the Corrupted can corrupt doors, lockers, and survivors with its ability. The ability can be activated at any time and will stay active until the Corrupted makes contact with a door, a locker, or survivor. Just like the Doctor. The Doctor can go ahead and have its ability on and it won't go away until the Doctor eventually swings, to make contact with something. So that's how the Corrupted is going to work as well. The way for the survivors to go ahead and tell that the Corrupted has his ability active is maybe it could have some type of like black aura around him or something like that, some type of black fog. But the cooldown for this will be 45 seconds after the Corrupted makes contact with a door, locker, or survivor. Now, after the Corrupted goes ahead and makes contact with said object, it'll basically corrupt that object. So it'll be like a corruption type effect. So whatever black aura, whatever black fog or green, whatever color, I don't exactly know yet, but whatever color that the aura or the fog around him was, will basically shift itself onto said object. For doors and lockers, the effect will last the rest of the round. If a survivor uses a corrupted door or locker, they will be corrupted for 1 in-game hour. The corruption that was on the locker or door will then fade away and it'll come into contact with the survivor. So like we said before, basically the corrupted will shift its ability onto the door or locker, and if a survivor uses that door or locker, then that corruption will shift onto the survivor. So it's like a poison effect. Now, for survivors, if you got the corruption from the door or the locker, or if the corrupted killer went ahead and gave you the corruption, it will last 1 in-game hour. With all that being said, what does the corruption do to a survivor? Basically, it'll make you go crazy. It'll trick you into thinking that the slasher is near, or random lights will go out, or your random heartbeat will increase, random things like that. It'll just make you go insane. So you could be walking around the map. Let's say if you get corrupted, you'll get a random like red aura that'll just slide by or something like that. Random lights will go out near you, or maybe heartbeat increases, and it won't be insane. Like, it won't just happen every second. It could happen every once in a while for the 1 endgame hour that you're corrupted for. And this will only happen to you, of course, because you were corrupted. So if you are running with a friend, or if you're running with another survivor, they won't be able to hear anything that you're hearing. It'll just happen to you since you are the one that is being corrupted. I also thought about, well, what happens if a person that's corrupted makes contact with another survivor? I thought that would have been super OP, so maybe that shouldn't be a thing that happens. And of course, another reason for that being OP is because the corrupted slasher does have a cooldown, so he can go ahead and corrupt other things in the whole game. If you guys have any comments about these 3 slashers, leave it in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on these 3 slasher abilities, or just slashers in general. But the ability part is the whole concept. I think it's pretty cool. Do you guys have slasher concepts? Leave it in the comment section down below as well, and I'm sure a lot of people go ahead and read and give their opinions on them, including myself. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be it for me. My name's JMT, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, guys.